he's a trendy bloke. What's he up to?
Well, he's a model, mate.
What's this? Well, he's a model. What are you reading? What's that?
Well, I am actually reading about today's new sponsor that we've stopped the video for. It is Y-Food. This is now, and has been for the last month or two, our go-to. I've knocked the kebabs on the head.
Svelte.
So the kebabs are gone, and what I've done is I've replaced it with a meal replacement drink. Actually, I'm going to grab my favourite flavour out, which is Crazy Coconut. This is the one I go to all the time, even though that all the flavours are absolutely banging. I have gone with Crazy Coconut. But you do have Happy Banana, cold brew coffee, classic choco, smooth vanilla, loads of vitamins, loads of protein, and loads of the good stuff that's supposed to be in you. Other than that, you can also get, what do you use?
What do I use? So, because I'm in the workshop all the time, obviously, I seem to live here. My go-to at the moment, I do prep my food, but at the same time, if I'm getting home late or I'm here and I haven't eaten something, I haven't bothered preparing my food, I'll have a Y-Food shake. But I put milk in mine. It's up to you when you're putting it. Milk, bit of water, it don't really matter. It's quick. You can pour it, drink it, and have it back in the fridge. Have the bottle back in on the cupboard,
and it fills you up.
It does.
You that.
And it's all done in
not quite kebab quality, but close.
It's all done in like 30 seconds. All of their packaging is completely recyclable. As Stu said, there's 5 different flavours and they're absolutely pain. So if you do want to get hold of that, our link is in the description below for the discount code. Just grab hold of that. And if you want a quick drink on the go that's going to fill you up, it's got all the right nutrients in it, have a go at Y-Food.
Right, here we are then, full PE teacher spec, Owen Forest.
But you said you wouldn't put my trainers in the...
Yeah, I know, and I lied. Okay.
Welcome back, motherfucker.
No, what did I just say about swearing?
I'm here with a dude. Alright, calm down. It's finished work, isn't he? So basically, it's not a normal Prelude. I like a Prelude because it's big and I can actually fit in it. But this is...
not sure about that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out in a minute. But it's a H22.
H22, yeah.
H22 Supercharged. Oh my god, how much power is it making?
To the wheels, 263.
260 to the wheels?
Engine, about 300.
Whoo. So anyway, that's actually more power than the Mark 1 Golf. So it should go better than, if I've got anything to compare it to, front wheel drive, it's going to be a whole bag of fun. So we're going to have a quick run through. We'll have a walk and talk and see what's going on. But we're going to drive it and enjoy it. Have a look. Well, it's got aircon, yeah, because it all works, because he built it properly. Look how tidy, take a second and look how tidy that is, straight away.
Well, it's a bit dirty now, but yeah.
You say it's dirty?
Yeah.
I mean, for an engine bay like mine, it's actually, in comparison, it's quite clean. Fundamentally, when we look at this H22 Honda engine, it's got a big ass supercharger on the back. Do you want to give us a quick run through of the spec of like the engine, top to bottom?
Yeah, so basically, standard internals, H22 A5, which from factory is 185 brake.
Okay, yeah.
They do another model with different cams, which makes 200. So I've got those cams in. I've got a cooled Type R gearbox, so it's got a factory LSD in it now.
Oh, okay, cool.
And obviously, most importantly, I've got a Jackson Racing Supercharged.
Look at that.
So that's an Eaton M62, I believe.
Right.
Jackson Racing, obviously you must have heard of them.
Yeah,
Big American company. These kits are super rare. They discontinued long ago. As far as I know, there's 4 in the UK.
Takes up a lot of space in there as well, doesn't it?
It's pretty big. Yeah, it's tight fit.
It's a nice, actually, the Prelude's got a large engine bay. You've got plenty of room at the front, and you managed to stuff that in down the back. So you mentioned earlier when we were talking about it, even though I've known you a while, I don't actually know a lot about this engine and this car. I've never been around it much. So it's 2 points for the people, for laymen's like me, it's a 2.2 litre, and so as you said, so it should make, with those cams, it should be making a couple hundred horsepower anyway.
Yeah.
But your figure was 260 something at the wheel.
263 to the wheels, yeah.
At the tyre, so it's about 300 horsepower. It must go like the clappers, no?
Yeah, it goes a lot.
With an
acceleration's
LSD.
pretty good, yeah. A little bit of torque there, but it's all good.
Bottom end stock though, stock pistons, rods, all
stock.
that sort of stuff. What sort of boost pressure is it running?
That pulley is a 6 psi.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
Wow.
I have got a 9 at home, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be past the safety limits.
Yeah, yeah. And at that sort of power,
what I've been told anyway.
You can enjoy it. It's still making 300 horse, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be afraid every time you put your foot down.
Yeah.
That is so neat, man. How long's it taken you to put it together since you started with the idea?
I've had the car about 6 years.
Okay.
And I bought it for 750 quid originally.
No way.
Yeah, but it was rusty, as every other Honda.
Yeah.
Sure you know, Owen?
Yes, maybe.
Had it all done, repainted. That was expensive. And then I started on other stuff.
Yeah.
So I never used to work on my own cars, and then gradually got into it more and more.
Yeah.
And now I do pretty much everything myself. Well, with friends. I've got to add that in, otherwise I'll get
a bit
of abuse later.
Taking the credit for it. But actually, that's proof, again, that you can do it yourself with a want to learn. You know, I mean, it takes a bit of commitment to do that, but it's more satisfying.
Yeah, it's good. And when I bodge something, I know I've bodged it.
Yeah, you messed it up. I was going to make a point of how I love the line of the Prelude, how straight it is down the side. Given a quick rundown, I can see the tyres are pretty sporty type tyres. I mean, they're not a regular, they're track type tyre?
Half track, half road. They're Nankang NS2Rs.
Oh right, I've heard good stuff about those. And the brakes aren't standard, are they, by the looks of things?
They are, again, a cool Type R calipers.
Right.
Bigger discs, so they're 300mm.
Yeah.
I think the standard ones are 280, so not massive. And I've got yellow stuff pads in the front.
So it's kind of a little bit better than it was, but not wild, like
but it's
crazy
good,
modifications.
Yeah, it's nice. It works.
OEM Plus.
OEM Plus, yeah. It looks so tidy in there. I love it when the stuff looks tidy. Inside, are they stock seats? Is everything sort of standard
those
inside?
seats are from an S2000 actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Had to make some brackets up for that.
Yeah.
So they're quite low to the floor, so you might be okay.
Okay.
Normally, there's not a lot of headroom in these cars, but you might be fine.
I had an S2000. It was a freaking awesome car. And apart from that, so you got a boot. What have you got? A wideband or a boost gauge in there?
No, I've just got a wideband.
And that's it. And it's nice and factory. Not too many gauges and wiring.
Yeah, I didn't want to have gauges everywhere, so I've tucked my AFI just down there.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I need to know really.
So, what ECUs have got on it?
It's Honda SV300.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Everyone knows about. If you know Honda stuff, Honda is the go-to for like middle of the range, aftermarket, standalone management.
Yeah, well, it's good. You can just change everything.
Yeah, it's not got loads of bells and whistles, but it's enough for making an aftermarket forced induction engine work. Pretty well. I mean, apart from that, the bodywork's all factory. Apart from being really tidy.
Well, they are new quarters actually.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, the whole back quarter of the car?
No, it's probably got like 100mm way around.
Oh, okay.
Around here. This was like, you could like pick that off if you wanted.
Yeah. But then Hondas are known, they're not known for the strength of their...
And the rear arches that's where they go.
Bad. Well, it looks super straight, mate. Have a look at the back end quick. I just realised it's got a carbon boot lid on it as well, that's neat. It's got a very JD... Are they stock tail lights?
Yes.
They're stock tail lights?
Yeah, they are.
They've got a very nice... It's of the era, isn't it? From the like late 80s, 90s, mid 90s kind of like...
Very similar to like the Silvia.
Yeah.
Like S13 Silvia.
Yeah. I noticed the sticker in the back window. That's quite interesting, Nick. If you want to just have a quick look at that, I'm sure you'll get that in the B-roll in a minute.
One of those?
I did. Yeah, I had to take it off because one of the little people that lives in my house saw it. Daddy. Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's left with 7 dwarfs.
Yeah. So I think the best thing is to go out for a drive and see what it's all about. I've never sat in one, driven one, been in a supercharged one. I've never been in a car with a H22 engine, so this is all a bit of a
full steering?
Full steering? No drifting.
Just like a Porsche Carrera.
Yeah, well, exactly like that.
Exactly,
I mean, just look at it, it looks exactly like a Porsche.
Let's get out for a drive, shall we?
Let's go and have a drive, see what it really goes like. So we found a stretch of road, private stretch of road, obviously. We're going to go for a little buzz around and see what it goes like. Obviously, we've been around it. We know about the car. I haven't actually been in it yet, so we're going to see what it's all about. But one of the first things I notice is how sedate it feels. It doesn't feel like a race car. It's not boomy and all that sort of stuff, is it?
Not yet.
Not yet. What suspension's on it again?
BC coilover.
Oh, that sounds so good. And what anchors have you got on it? The factory ones, are they? I can't remember.
They're a cool Type R, so I've got yellow stuff pads.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're bigger bigger caliper, slightly.
Oh, so they're off of the Accord, what, a later one, or?
Same generation,
Same
yeah.
thing.
It's just a slightly bigger caliper, and
But it all bolts straight on, does it?
And the disc is like 15mm bigger as well.
Oh, okay. That supercharger is actually audible. I didn't know how audible it would be over the engine and the exhaust tone and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, pretty good. So I used to have a different air filter on it.
Yeah.
Couldn't really hear it at all.
Yeah. You spent all that money, you want to be able to hear it, don't you?
Yeah. But it's right, I changed it all up, and now it's all good.
What's it revved to again?
8,000.
Woo! Got a nice time of the day, it's not actually too busy.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
it comes in so strong as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like you've got to rev the knacker out of it to enjoy it.
It's pretty good. VTEC kicks in now at 3,000 revs.
So it's in a lot earlier.
Yeah, it used to be, so from factory on a Prelude it's 5,200.
Right, okay. And you don't really hear the changeover too much unless you've only just been putting your foot down.
Yeah,
while...
that's absolutely correct. So before, BC, before charger.
Before charger, yeah, like it.
VTEC was really aggressive. HV2 is kind of like one of the most aggressive ones.
Yeah, yeah.
If you compare it to a K-Series, I think a K-Series kicks in 6,200.
Yeah, it's right up there.
So it's a little bit earlier.
This sounds wicked. I love how responsive it is. Like turbo VTEC stuff, it does come in, but you have to rev it up and to get it to work. But that is like, does it torque steer much?
It does have a little bit of torque.
It does.
Steer. I've got LSD on it as well.
Oh yeah.
Again, that's a factory one. It's from a what is it from? Again, from Type R again.
Oh okay. And that goes straight in this gearbox. This is the factory gearbox just with that. Oh okay. Oh, that four-wheel steering. Hearing it trying to tramp in second gear when it's trying to put the power down.
Yeah.
Reminds me of all the Honda videos that have ever been on the internet. So you mentioned it's erring towards more of a little bit more of a track car.
Yeah. So since I got my daily, well, which I've had for ages now.
Yeah.
For a few years. I don't drive this as much.
Yeah.
Since it's been supercharged, it doesn't get driven as much. Because at one point this just was my car.
Yeah.
But only one car, you know.
It's nice that you've got the option to use it if you want to, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not too extreme. It's not like you're in a roll cage with just a fixed bucket seat and all the rest of it. It's still enjoyable to drive.
But we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. And it's
might happen.
It's powerful enough to be to be fun. You know, it's not like undrivable amounts of power. It seems to lay the power down quite well though.
Yeah, it does.
LSD's obviously doing its work there. Does the fuel system? It's on stock injectors, is it, or is it larger?
No, it's not. It's on RC 550s.
Right.
And I've got an AEM fuel pump.
Well,
Pro.
Yeah. Which for this sort of power level is ample, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I think they can take about 450 horse or something.
Which I'm well under. So I could easily add meth and go for a 9 psi pulley.
Yeah,
it's only a 6 psi pulley.
And the fuel system will be
absolutely fine.
It'll just need a tune and then that's it.
Yeah.
And that four-wheel steering is operational all the time, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't think I would notice it that much until we went around that little island there, and I thought it felt like you get a sensation, don't you, through your backside? It's like,
do you know what? Everyone who ever come in this car always said they could feel it.
Yeah.
I never could.
It's a weird sensation
until I started driving rear-wheel drive cars.
Yeah.
And then the next time I drove it, I thought, what?
Yeah, it does. That's what it feels like.
What's going on?
When you whipped it around, I thought, there's no way we're getting around that in one, and it just sort of turns on itself. That steering is it's very typically Honda. It's very precise.
Yeah.
Whoa! It does pull you around a little bit, doesn't it? But there was not an ounce of wheel spin there. shift? Is that, there's no short shifter in this? It's all standard, is it?
Not factory.
I really like the suspension. I like that it's not like,
Yeah, it's really nice.
Golf. But you've had no reliability problems with it. It's been pretty like...
Oh yeah, I've had loads, mate.
Tell it like it is.
No, to be fair, really good. It has been really good.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of issues, but you kind of get those stuff when you put the stuff together like this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I bought the kit, there was a couple of bits missing.
Okay.
There's different options of how you want to do stuff.
Okay.
So originally, if you bought the Jackson Racing kit from factory in America when it came out,
Yeah.
which by the way, it's been discontinued.
I
for
did,
absolutely
yeah. I
years.
think I remember you mentioning that.
So they're in the UK, as far as I know, there's 4 in the UK.
Right. In Preludes or on the H22?
Just that kit, Jackson Racing kit, which fit for a H22.
Yeah.
I think they're made for a Prelude, but I'm pretty sure they will also fit an Accord.
You could put it, you know, if it was going in a Civic or whatever, you could...
Absolutely not in a Civic.
Oh, really?
Well, I had a H22 Civic, and there was no room on the side.
So actual space is a limitation
really
there.
tight. And you've seen this, of where the normal belt is.
Yeah.
Now I've got a plate here. I had it in an EG, there'd be no room for it.
I see, right. The seats, I've got to say, these S2, even though they're a standard seat, they're a real nice compromise of something that's not too aftermarket, but still, I still feel like I've been held in place. Oh, mate. It doesn't feel stressed at all, does it? It feels really like strong, like it's not, you know, some engines when you rev them they sound a bit like they're struggling the further up, but the Honda stuff is
it loves it.
And then you know,
so a problem that Preludes do have is wheel hop.
Yes,
I did mention this to you before.
that sounds so good. I would drive it just to listen to it regardless of the power. Sorry, you were saying about wheel hop.
Yeah, so when we was at Santa Pod, I was telling you about it then. When you are long cheese, it bounce.
Yeah, no, bum. And there is a fix for that, isn't there?
Yeah, you can buy a traction bar.
Yeah.
They can be quite expensive, but they're really good. But I'm probably going to make one myself.
Right.
Being
a fabricator.
That'll be something down the line. I'll definitely change about this. Not that I'm into launching, but when I was watching you race, I wanted to be out there.
Yeah. And I suppose if it's something you can, I mean, you're handy with that sort of stuff anyway. So if it's something you can design yourself, then there's not really a reason why not. You could, go and do it. And how does that fit? What is it? I mean, what you say it's a traction bar? I mean, what?
Okay, so basically the front subframe has got like these arms that come off.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just a suspension arm.
Yeah.
But they're on like a big rubber.
Big donut thing?
Rubber donut.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of play like left to right, not just up and down. So the fix normally is like almost basically a box section subframe.
Yeah.
Which saves loads of weight first of all, but also it's on a home joints or rose joints.
Right. So there's no give, there's no free play there.
The only play is up and down.
Right.
So there's none of this.
And it doesn't affect the handling too much. It still keeps the handling.
So it's better for handling. Some people say, I can't steer as tight as I could.
Right.
But you also get people saying, I can steer more. So really, I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah. Or if it is a difference, it's negligible.
It's definitely not noticeable. Yeah.
It's such a nice say that. It's such a nice I've got 10 minutes, I might just go around the block and just enjoy it. It's not a whole process of it's hard work. It's definitely not hard work to drive, and that is often the case with cars that have been modified.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, even my Golf, which is only about, it's not as powerful as this, but
I think it goes a bit lighter though.
Yeah, it's lighter, but it's still a lot of the suspension's very firm. For some reason, the guy who had it before me put really firm suspension on it, and it's old and everything crashes around. There's not quite as much refinement, and with this you could still use it as a daily car and enjoy it. That steering is so good. But there's no free play in it, it's tight as a drum.
Yeah.
150,000 miles.
Yeah.
You're fixing it.
I'm sorry, Nick, about the parking. I had the pleasure of driving not one blue coupe today, but 2, and that's how I parked it.
I don't know if you can see that in the distance. We would put some sorry soundtrack over it. You've literally stoved it into that what is it? Grit?
I don't know.
Gravel. Well, it Colin McRae would be happy with that, wouldn't he?
Well, maybe not, because it's a Ford Focus. Well,
Hands wide. Yeah, but he ran.
In fact-
that came from him, didn't it?
what, a turbo diesel 3-door with a bad clutch? Don't think he'd probably drive that. Moving on, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, so
Because you were yelling over the Supercharger.
I've spent the whole day yelling. That's what I do over the traffic in the background. James, thank you so much for letting us drive your car today. Do you know, I mean, I always say, if it's someone's pride and joy, it's an unwritten sort of privilege to be able to drive someone's car when it's the connection between a man and someone and his car is quite special. So to be given that, what is it with every loud car coming past?
Just want you to talk a bit higher.
I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did. And we learnt a lot today. Didn't we, boys and girls? It sounds like Sesame fucking
Well, to be fair,
Street.
you are full PE teacher spec, aren't you?
I am, and if you want badminton, it's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. No. If you liked what we did today and you want to see more stuff, because we've got plenty more coming up, like, comment, subscribe, share our stuff where you can, because we've got loads more stuff coming up. More builds, more track stuff, and if you've got something wild, or you know someone who's got a wild car, and you're like, what even is that? Get in touch with us, because we want to see it. That is it. That's a lot.
10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down,